The Making of Lil Omer. Part 3, the Great White North. So in episode 1, you got to meet the Omers. Episode 2, I told you what I liked in regards to foods. And I'm grateful that I even get to talk about the topic of foods. But today we're going to be talking about the Great White North. And the Great White North is where I currently reside, specifically in Toronto. My family is originally from Toronto. My dad got moved out over to Europe for work, and that's where I was born. I was born in Amsterdam. And then when I was about to turn 3, we moved back to Toronto, and that was in 2001. And that right there is actual footage from our flight back home to Toronto from Europe. That is Big Omer and myself, Lil Omer, and my sister's in the seat to my right. Big Omer's telling Lil Omer to pipe down, settle down there, little boy. And that's my mom behind the camera. She's looking good. My parents are two good-looking parents, and they made a good-looking boy as well. Growing up in Toronto on its own is amazing, but also being able to grow up in Toronto while also being surrounded by my grandparents is double as special, and for that I'm forever grateful. I understand how special it is to a certain extent, but I'm sure as I age I'll reflect back on my time as a wee Lil Omer, and I'll have a greater appreciation for growing up where I did and growing up around people that love me. So that's really special. I hope to be as great of a grandparent to my kids' as my grandparents were to me. This is footage of my house. It's a nice house. We still live in it, which is pretty cool. That tree is no longer there. Kind of goes back to my saying, from little acorns grow mighty oaks. I know that's not an oak tree, but hopefully one day, not only my music career, but me as a individual can grow up to be a beautiful, flourishing tree. But then again, that tree died, so it didn't end too well. But I mean, we're all gonna die one day. So anyways, that's Big Omer right there. Look at that hair. You know what they say about spiky hair? If you have sharp hair, then you live a sharp lifestyle, and that's what Big Omer lives. He lives a sharp lifestyle. That's my room. There's a changing table right there. I still sleep on that. I get pretty severe back pain. My feet hang off the edge. Just kidding. Moving on through the house. It's very interesting to look back at this video footage of my house. Like, the structure of it is the same, but the things inside are very different. Those doors are the same, which is pretty cool. All the tables in the kitchen are the same. The oven is the same, which is actually pretty surprising, but it still works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the backyard is fairly similar. The grass is still green. The grass is still growing. A lot of good memories. I'm glad that we still live in the same house, and I'm grateful that we still can live in the same house. So thank you for tuning in to The Making of Lil Omer. That is part 3, and I will see you in part 4 next week. Take care, little homies.
Cheers. Cheers, Jack.